mother. We'd say to each other, I'll never forget this. Janet and myself, I would say, Janet, shut your eyes. She'd go, okay, let's shut. I said, picture Joseph in a coffin. He's dead. Did you feel sorry? She would go, no. That's what we would do to each other as kids. We would like play games like that. She'd go, nope. Just like that. That's how hateful we were.
I never felt love from him. And he never hold me or touch me. So how do you feel today? I'm scared of my father to this day. My father walked in the room and God knows I'm telling you the truth. I've fainted in his presence many times. I'll say once, to be honest. I've fainted once. I've thrown up in his presence because just when he comes in the room, it's just aura comes and my stomach starts hurting. I know, like, I'm in trouble. And obviously he's so different now. He wants to be a better father. God bless my father because he did some wonderful things and he was brilliant. He was a genius. I just wish he had learned that earlier. I think all my success was fame and I've wanted it. I wanted it because I wanted to be loved. That's all. That's the real truth. I wanted people to truly love me because I never really felt love. I don't allow my children to call me Michael. I say I'm Daddy. It's just the opposite. Okay? Now Sammy sometimes gets a lift to his school in the car with us. And even though he still can't say my name, when I wave goodbye in a sad sort of way, he waves back to me. And sometimes when we go to the park, I don't play with my friends. I just lie in the green grass with Sammy instead. And we watch the sunshine shimmering on the leaves of the trees. And we both smile because it's beautiful in a shimmering sort of way. And sometimes when Sammy and I are in the sandbox, I don't build castles or dig long, long tunnels. I just sit next to Sammy and let the silky sand trickle through my fingers instead. It feels so soft and smooth that it makes us laugh. And when we feel happy in a special sort of way. My father was a managerial genius. And my brothers and I owe our professional success in no small measure to the forceful way that he pushed us. He trained me as a showman, and under his guidance, I couldn't miss a step. But what I really wanted was a dad. I wanted a father. He had great difficulty showing affection. He never really told me he loved me. But I remember, once when I was about 4 years old, there was a little carnival, and he picked me up and put me on a pony. It was a tiny gesture, probably something he forgot 5 minutes later, but because of that one moment, I had this special place in my heart for him. Because that's how kids are. The little things mean so much. They mean so much. Now I am a father myself, and one day I was thinking about my own children and how I wanted them to think of me when they grow up. To be sure, I would like them to remember how I always wanted them with me wherever I went, how I always tried to put them before everything else. But there are also challenges in their lives because my kids are stalked by paparazzi. They can't always go to the park or to the movies with me. So, what if they resent me when they grow older? What if they resent how my choices impacted their youth? Why weren't they given an average childhood, like all the other kids, they might ask? And at that moment, I pray that my children will give me the benefit of the doubt, that they will say to themselves, our daddy did the best he could, given the unique circumstances that he faced. He may not have been perfect, but he was a warm and decent man who tried to give us all the love in the world. I hope that they will always focus on the positive things, on the sacrifices I willingly made for them, and not criticize the things they had to give up, or the errors I've made. For we have all been someone's child, and we know that despite the very best of plans and efforts, mistakes will always occur. That's just being human. And when I think about this, of how I hope that my children will not judge me unkindly and will forgive me, forgive my shortcomings, I am forced to think of my own father And despite my earlier denials, I am forced to admit that he must have loved me. He did love me, and I know that. There were little things that showed it. He was scared of human emotion. He didn't understand it or know how to deal with it. So tonight, rather than focusing on what my father did not do, I want to focus on all the things he did do, on his own personal challenges. I want to stop judging him. I started reflecting on the fact that my father grew up in the South, in a very poor family. He came of age during the Depression, and his own father, who struggled to feed his children, showed little affection toward his family and raised him. He raised my father and his siblings with an iron fist. Who could have imagined what it was like to grow up a poor black man in the South, robbed of dignity, bereft of hope, struggling to become a man in a world that saw my father as subordinate? My father moved to Indiana. He had a large family of his own, working long hours in the steel mills, cooked the lungs and humbled the spirit, all to support his family.